Hi everyone, so today is day 3 of our 21 Days to Success, and I hope that you guys have watched the first and the second one. The first one we talked about belief, the second one we talked about talking. So today we're going to talk about building your story, so you know what you can talk about. And your story is really important because it's what's going to separate you from everyone else. And it's going to be what draws people specifically towards you. So your story is going to involve 3 things. The first, your why. Second, your belief. And third, your testimony. So let's break it down a bit. We're going to go backwards. And we're going to start with your testimony. And a lot of you people think that your testimony isn't good enough. That it's not a wow testimony that's going to draw people. And that's totally not true at all. Because even the little things are going to draw people. I have a girl who suffers with allergies, and since she's been on our products, she is finding that her eyes aren't as watery and blurry anymore, and she's not taking as many of her allergy pills that she used to take, and she's finding she can go longer periods without them. But she says that's not a good enough story, and that's totally not true at all, because there's so many people that are looking for relief from those symptoms. Lots of people wish they could wear eye makeup, but they can't because it's just running off all the time because their eyes are too watery and blurry due to their allergies. So it may seem like just a little testimony to you, but it's a huge testimony for everyone. And it's going to draw those people that are looking for that specifically to you. And guess what? You're going to be able to relate to them and build a relationship with them because you guys have these similar traits. So your testimony is totally vital. One thing I want to make sure you understand, though, is when you're sharing your testimony, try not to include the name of the disease that you may have. For instance, if you have fibromyalgia and you find that the products are completely reversing your fibromyalgia, don't say it's helped me with my fibromyalgia, because that's going to limit your scope of people to just a little segment of people. Rather, say, I have suffered with chronic pain throughout my body and fatigue for so many years, and since I've been on Plexus, I no longer have that fatigue and that pain, or it's reduced the fatigue and the pain so much that I feel so much better. You're going to find a lot more people can relate to that than just the limited people that have fibromyalgia. So try not to mention the disease, mention the symptoms. Plus, that's going to make you compliant friendly, which is really important. So then, after we've got our testimony all laid out, we're going to talk about the belief, and we're going to add that into your testimony. So what am I saying? Maybe you were a skeptic about supplements before trying Plexus, or maybe you were a skeptic that you could actually make money in this network marketing industry. So when and why did that change? If you were a skeptic about the supplements, maybe mention that I was a skeptic, and then after having these results, I'm no longer a skeptic. So we're going to add that belief into your story as well. And then lastly is your why. And your why is totally important. It's probably the most important component to your whole story because it's going to be what motivates you. It's not only going to be important for the people that listen to the story, but it's equally important for you. It's what's going to get you through those days when you feel like all you're hearing is no from people, or people aren't responding to you, or maybe you're just like tired and you just don't want to do it anymore. Well, your why is going to be what gets you through. It's no different than when you have to work 9 to 5 at a job and every day you hate going, but you know you have to go to pay the bills. Your bills are your why of why you're going every day. So you have to find your core of what your why is. Maybe your why is you don't want to work 9 to 5, or maybe your why is you want to be home with your family more, or It might be that you're looking for something more meaningful in your life that gives you meaning and purpose. So helping people is your why. It doesn't really matter what your why is, just as long as it's true to who you are. And there's a whole bunch of videos on how to find your why, and I really recommend going and doing those videos, learning from them. So those are the three components of building your story. So how do you put it all together? Well, I think the best way to do that is for me to share with you our story, and you can see how I've added those three components. So in December of 2015, my husband was a logging truck driver, and he fell and he injured his back. And it was so bad that he couldn't walk. Well, that's not true. He could walk a little bit, but he really couldn't sit. He could just lay flat on his back. And we went to the doctors, and he was diagnosed, and we went through physical therapy, and nothing was really helping. So he was in pain and laying on the couch, and I was looking after him, and I guess I got a little jealous or something, because shortly after that I was on the hearth of our fireplace, and I turned around and completely fell and broke my one foot and sprained my other ankle. So we were both flat on the couch all the time. We actually had to have our daughter fly in from Alberta to look after us at the time, which is quite humbling. Anyways, so being on our backs, we're wondering, well, what's this about? Why is this happening to us? And a friend of ours came to us and said, you know what, try these products. And we're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, not that we were against supplements, I guess, but it was more, we just didn't believe they really had a real purpose, that they didn't really work. So, I mean, we took vitamins, but I don't think we really noticed such a difference that it was life-changing if we took the vitamins or not. So we didn't really believe in supplements. But, you know, just to make her happy, we tried the supplements. And slowly, my husband started getting better. Now, when we went to the doctor had said to us, this is just going to be something that's going to have to work itself out. It could last for months. It could last for weeks. We don't know how long it'll last, but you will just slowly start to improve. So we knew that that was going to happen at some point. So when he started to improve, we're like, oh, okay, this is awesome. What the doctor said is true. Of course, it's not the supplements. We would never believe it was the supplements. So he was getting better and better, and we were taking the supplements because we promised we would. And we were thinking, oh, this is awesome. He's going to get to go back to work soon. And, you know, it wasn't helping my foot, of course, but it was helping me sleep at night. And I was feeling a lot more refreshed, and I wasn't so stressed and anxious all the time. But it wasn't like a life-changing thing for me. So as he was getting better and better, we ran out of the supplements. And for us, we didn't think that because he wasn't working, we thought, you know, and I wasn't, we couldn't afford to continue to buy the supplements. So he was getting better, he was going to go back to work, and then we would decide, you know, if we were going to continue with the supplements or not. And sure enough, as soon as we were out of the supplements, he started going backwards. He started getting worse and worse and worse, and we're like, what did he do? Like, I was just baffled trying to figure out what he did that made his back go worse again. Didn't even connect it with the supplements. And so we went and visited our friend, and you know, I'm on crutches, and my husband, when he goes anywhere, he had to walk with this cane. Like, he was like 80 years old, and he's in his 40s. He's not even near there. So we went to their house, and they're like, just take some more supplements. Here, we'll give you some. We believe in these supplements so much, we're going to give you some more. So we're like, okay. So we went home, and I thought, well, maybe there's something to it. So I mixed up he's laying on the couch, and I mixed up the drink for him, and I took it to him, and I was on my office chair because that was my wheelchair at the time. And I scrolled back into my office, and I'm working on my computer, and about half an hour later, 45 minutes later, my husband comes in to the office walking with his cane going, "Look at me." And I was like, no way. This cannot be real. You cannot be from laying flat on the back in total misery to 45 minutes later swinging your cane, wiggling your waist. Like, that just doesn't happen. And so that's when we went, these supplements actually work. And we decided at that moment that there are so many people out there that are hurting, that are suffering with this pain of all sorts, different kinds of pains and ailments, that it's keeping them from living a life that they want to live, that we needed to share it. And that became our mission, that we were going to share this with everyone. So that is my story. And as you can see, I have in there the 3 components. I have in there my why, and that is because we're going out to share this with everybody to make people feel better. It has in there my testimony, or my husband's testimony mainly, and it has in there that we were very skeptical, but we got over it. So those are the 3 components that are so crucial in building your story. Now, you're going to find you're not going to have time for those long-winded testimonial stories, and you got to break it down into a short little elevator speech, as they say. And so you have to cut it down, break it down, break it down. So here's our quick little elevator speech, just so you get an idea. Somebody says, "Hi, what do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "I have my own home business, actually." And they're like, "Oh, doing what?" And my response is, "Well, in 2015, my husband had injured himself so bad, and we were giving these supplements that we really didn't think were going to work, but they were life-changing for us, so much so that we had to share it with everybody, and that's what we do now." It's quick and it's simple, and it gets people intrigued. So that is the best way to build a story. That's the only way I know how to share it with you. And I really hope that you got something out of it. I hope that now when people ask you about your business, or when you go to share it with people, you have a way of sharing it that is effective. It doesn't come across as salesy, and it works for you. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it wasn't too long of a video today, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.